Hey, guess what? This is my lazy vlog, where I'm going to complain about something that's been bothering me a little bit lately in recent times, specifically the way that we nowadays, the general people of the peopleness, consume music. Specifically, music. Media in general has changed drastically over the past short number of years, but specifically, I'm going to talk about music. Okay, so I'm a child of the '90s. I was born in the early '80s, so I came of age in the '90s. So I was using cassette tapes, audio cassette tapes, and it took me a while to jump on the bandwagon, so to speak, and graduate from audio cassettes to CDs. And then it took me a very long while to give up my CDs in favor of an iPod. Like, everybody had iPods, and I was the holdout. And I stuck with my CDs for a long time. And then finally I got an iPod and realized how much cooler it was to be able to fit all of my music. I have two big totes full of CDs. You can see some of my DVD collection behind me, not all of it, but you can see some of it behind me. I collect DVDs. I also collect CDs. I've got two big totes full of CDs, and that I've started collecting since I was in high school. And I'm 32 now, so there's a lot of them. Okay, so I finally got an iPod, and I got a big iPod. I got the classic, the iPod Classic, where I had 100, I think it was 120 gigs of free space. It was either 120 or 160. I don't remember. Somewhere, one of those two, of free space. And I put all my music on it and had it almost full of music. And I had that for a while. I loved that thing because I could take all my music with me anywhere that I go and could listen to whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, and then it got stolen. Now I have an iPhone with only 16 gigs of free space on it, so I cannot put all my music on there. There's just not enough room, especially if I wanted to have free space on my phone for things like this video that you're watching right now, because I filmed it on my phone. That's part of what makes it a lazy vlog, is that I film it on my phone without editing and just upload to YouTube directly from my phone, so I don't have to do any more than that. So there's no room to put my music on my phone. And I don't really want to go out and, I mean, I could easily just go buy another iPod, but now I'm carrying a phone and an iPod, and it just seems, I don't know. So I started using some of those streaming services. For a year, I had a paid Spotify account so that I could listen to whatever I wanted. Now, every month when they billed me, it stung a little bit on principle, because why am I paying this company monthly to listen to music that I already paid for and own? I mean, I did it for the convenience sake. For almost a year I did it so that I could carry all my music with me again. In retrospect, it probably in the long run might have been cheaper to, well, I don't know, might have been cheaper to just buy a new iPod Classic. I don't even know if they make that iPod. I don't think they make that iPod anymore with 120 gigs. They don't make it anymore. All their devices are small, 16 gigs. So eventually I canceled my paid Spotify, and I just have the regular Spotify, and I do still use it, but just playing on shuffle, and so I can't listen to what I want when I want, and I have the ads, and that's fine. But when you're like trying to exercise and you need some upbeat, energetic music, and Spotify Shuffle keeps playing slow ballad music that is, not energetic, then that sucks a little bit. But I just can't justify paying monthly for music that I already paid for and own. So, and I can't put all my music on my phone, there's not enough space, so I've gone back to CDs. I've been burning CDs again. And there's actually, like, it's kind of fun to make a playlist and burn it to CD and, like, follow, like, it has to be only so long so it could fit on a CD. Like, that's kind of fun, arranging and designing a playlist like that. So I enjoy it, but now, I mean, I'm back to burning CDs again. I'm using technology that's been out of date for years. We're in 2017 now. So 10 years at least, this technology has been outdated, and I'm back to it because modern technology is failing me. It's failing me. And then, to top this whole thing off now, I read an article recently, in recent times, I don't remember when, from this guy who was using the Apple Apple streaming music service or whatever, and apparently he discovered that Apple designed this app to actually search through your music library, find music that's on there similar to what it offers in its streaming library, and delete it from your hard drive, so that if you want to listen to it, you have to listen to it on the streaming service, and then it offers it back to you on the streaming service. But here's the thing, this guy was also talking about it deleted music that was his, that he, I don't mean just like that he owned, but that he created. And because, people create music. Not all music that you can listen to comes from, like, other people, professionals. Some people who are not professionals, or at least some people even are professionals and want to listen to music that they created, and the app deleted this guy's original music and then put it on their streaming service and then tried to sell it back to him for money and at a lower quality. And that doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right at all. And I guess he got someone from Apple to admit that that's how it was designed. And that kind of bothers me a little bit. It's because of the fact that they don't make iPhone. Back to my original complaint. Because of the fact, now you can't always believe everything you read on the internet. So I don't know if that article was true or not, but the principle of it bothers me. But anyways, back to my original complaint. They're not making devices anymore that are big enough to hold all of my music, because 16 gigs is like the max. And you fill that with other things, with apps and video, like lazy vlog style things. Video. Video. But so they're forcing you to have to use these streaming services, and the streaming services you have to pay for them, first of all, and then it's also like dependent on whether you have Wi-Fi, and if you don't have Wi-Fi and you don't pay for it, then you have to use data, and you're paying for your data. And so it's all just more ways to nickel and dime you to death and just gouge more money out of you. And then you only end up listening to music that you already bought and paid for. Now, there was the advantage of, with Spotify, the library is much more vast than what I have, because I do have a lot of music in my library, but there is a limit to it. So I was able to listen to other music that I didn't have, which was nice, but I found myself primarily just listening to music that I already owned. So, to forego all this, I'm just going back to CDs. That's my answer. Because it doesn't, I refuse to be slave to their system. I just wanted to ramble about this, maybe rant a little bit, if you want to call this a rant, because it's on my mind. And that's the point of a lazy vlog, is to tell you what's on my mind. So now that the rant is done, guess what? I'm scheduled to do a Reddit AMA tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you're going to be around, come and hang out with me on Reddit, on the Reddit AMA that I'm doing, r/IAMA. And also check out I'll put a link in the place where links generally are for my website, my web series that I'm doing, The Darkest Timeline. Because, okay, I just had like an inflood of things that I wanted to say, but I'm still running the fundraiser for Darkest Timeline. I still need to raise some money to make it happen, and it's going to be epic when it happens. So go check it out, consider donating to support it, and consider sharing it so we can get more people looking at it and make it a thing and help me make it happen, because it's going to be epic, but I need a little bit of help making it happen, and that's where you come in. Yeah, man. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you haven't been paying attention, so check the link in the place where links generally are, and I'm going to go because it's 10 minutes. Hey, guess what? This was my lazy vlog.